Hey everyone. So today we've got our issues with this damn squeak. I've brought stuff home that if I have to, I'm going to pull the motor, but I do believe it's down inside in the hanger bushings or something down there. So I'll video and we'll go on from there and see what it is. Well, here I am. Okay everyone, so in my last video, you heard that awful fucking noise, so we're gonna try to take the motor out and see if there's any bushings that are bad in the hanger part of it. And I figured I'd bring you along for the ride as we do this. I will say right here and now that I've never taken a motor out of a helix. So if you've taken a lot of motors out of helixes and I'm doing something that I don't need to be doing, or a faster way, comment on the bottom. But bear with me, we're doing this first time. I don't usually do videos if I haven't done it before, but this is a pretty major thing and I might as well film it, I guess. I'm not sure whether I'll do part 1, 2, 3, and 4, or if I will go ahead and put it all in one video. If I put it all in one video and it's over an hour, it takes like 5 hours to piece it together and then download it, so it's a big ordeal. So we'll see what we get done, and I'll try to keep the cameras rolling so you can see what's going on. Alright, so this is something I came up with. I had some scrap lumber, and I wanted to be able to pick the bike up enough so that I could get the motor out without having to take the red, all the plastics off the back. So this is what we got. This is what we came up with. This is what we're doing. As you can see, I got a plywood across the bottom, and then supports. Got the ratchet straps on there. Strap there, going up to there. So it's holding the bike up right now, and it's doing pretty well. So I'm going to plug away here and we'll see what we get done. Alright, we're going to start by taking this plastic off down here, down on the bottom, and get that done. Let me drop you down a little bit here. Alright, I think we all know how to do this by now. If you've ever put a belt on, you've taken this stuff off. There's one there, one up here, two back here, bigger one goes towards the front on the back. Out. I gotta go get some Ziploc bags. Back here, there's two screws. Front one is the big one. There's a rubber stopper there. Alright. Side pieces off. Alright, so whenever I'm doing a big job, I'll put Ziploc bags, put all the screws in there. You could even put a piece of tape put a piece of tape on the bag right here, and it stays with that, and then you can stick this where it don't get damaged. So I'm gonna grab some tape. Alright, we'll tape that to that and move on. Alright, that's taped to that. Alright, I got the other side done, and same screws apply. Here we go, that's done too. Gonna move on to some, we're gonna have to, let me get you in here, sorry, jostling you around like that. We're gonna have to worry about, no, not that. There we go. Get some light in here. Okay, so we're gonna have to worry about the throttle cables. We'll remove those. And gonna have to undo the fuel line and undo the little coolant line that's down here and pinch it off. And then we're going to remove the shocks, probably at the motor side, so it'll drop down, and then I'm going to start trying to remove the other bolts. So alright, let's start by taking the throttle cables off. It's 12mm wrench. Alright, throttle cables are unhooked, though they're still kind of in the way. Let's see if we can tuck them down in here, inside the battery. Okay, and I'm going to have to get a screwdriver for the clamp, for the fuel line. And it's also got a mini, this real small coolant hose. No, wait. I have to look at that and see. Oh, there's the coolant hose right there. Down here. So, I have to disconnect that. There's a connector on the thermostat. You got your connection for your enricher. I'll have to remove that. It comes over here. It's got one red and a yellow connector over here, and a red. Okay, red and a yellow connector for your enricher. Okay, the coil stays with the bike, so unhook your spark plug. Okay, I have to get to this coolant line down here and fuel line. Alright, so we got a fuel line over here. Needs to be disconnected off the carburetor. If I can get my screwdriver to cooperate. Okay. Now getting it off from there. This air filter ain't very good, huh? Good thing I got a new one coming. Alright, fuel line's off. This is your coolant line, so need to pinch this off. Oh, that's hard. Oh, it's got an inner shield. So I'm going to have to plug the end of it as soon as I get it off. Yes. So, let me find something to stick in the end of that hose. You got a screw for the end of this coolant pipe. Let's see what happens when I pull it off. Oh, not leaking. So we'll just screw that in there a little bit. Okay, that's off. This is just a vent tube right here that will come with the motor. As soon as I can get it, I put a filter on the end of it to keep it clean. So we'll tuck that up there. Okay. Now that's out of our way. Over here. We're also going to need to unhook our regulator, our stator, to the voltage regulator here. Okay. So that'll come off with the motor. Okay. Alright, so next I guess I gotta deal with the bottom coolant lines. I'm gonna try to keep the coolant in here from the radiator, so I'm gonna block the lines off and and hopefully keep the coolant. Okay, so next we'll take this shield off here. That'll give me some more room to look up in here, see what's going on. So I'm going to do that next. Alright, here we go. Hope you can see what's going on. One there. Now the bike's sweating. It's gonna take him. Oh man, I just broke that whole thing off. Oh Lord. That sucks. Big time. Big time. Alright, well, trying to find a way to deal with that. Shit's getting old, getting brittle. Gets up so friggin' hot here. There's a little 8 right under here. Little 8 right under here. I got a Ziploc bag for all this stuff too. Okay, and then there's a 10 back there. Hopefully you can see it. Alright. It's right there. That's what we're going after next. Oh. So is there another? Oh, we come over here too. There's another one stuck up in there. Okay. And I'll probably need an extension for this one. Maybe not. Down off from that stud first. Alright. Tip it down. And it comes out the back. Out the back. Alright, now we can see some stuff up in there. Gotta get to that coolant hose. And that coolant hose. And then that bolt. So we're getting there, and we'll have to do the shocks too. So we're plugging away here. Alright, so we're going to work on the coolant lines now. Hoses. Removing those. Like I said, I want to keep the coolant, as much coolant in there as I can. It's good coolant. Alright, so I bought these at Harbor Freight. They are hose pinch-off, hose pinch-off mechanism. Pliers, I call them. As you can see, I've clamped and clamped. Some is still a little bit is oozing out of that port by the carburetor, but it'll be okay. And when I remove the bottom one over here, there will be coolant coming out of the engine. So, hence this deal right here. We're going to start taking these loose. And if we can... Alright, the bucket. Isn't that where it goes? Yep, that's where it goes. Alright, let's see if I can get in here with this long ass. Okay, now I can spin it around maybe. Alright. Oh, came apart. So I'll tighten it a little bit so it'll stay together. Oh, this is gonna be a bitch. Alright. It's gonna be right my way right there, but we're gonna try it anyway. So now we're gonna uncrust it from years of being heated. So what I like to do is I'll take a screwdriver, get it up in there, spray some lubricant of some sort, PB Blaster, or WD-40 or something of that nature. I think I got it. Alright, so ideally, I would have some caps that I could put over that, but I don't. Well, let's see, we don't need all that color. Alright, so we're gonna let that drip a minute. And we're gonna take this one off up here. This clamp off. Okay. This is going to be a little more difficult getting this one off. We might just take this piece right out of this clamp. Take that piece right out. Set it down there. I'm going to squeeze it together with my fingers and try to bring it down. Okay. And I didn't bring any of my picks home from work, which I should have done that. That would have been so nice in this circumstance. Oh, yeah. Alright, so I can get my WD-40. Okay. You know, it's weird when your bike sways around on you when you're working on it. Oh yeah, came right off. All right, so that's coolant lines off. Got a little mess, still dripping a little bit. So I guess we'll let that drip a little bit. And we're going to, after that, take off this, I do believe it's this bolt up here. Bolt up there. we'll take it off, and we'll drop the bike down a little bit, and take the shocks off and see if that bolt will come out. See if I can get this motor out of here. Alright, now I've lowered it down. I'm going to take the shock bolts out. The wheel's touching the ground, but the lift is holding it up. 12mm over here, 17 on the other side. The other side's a stud, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to slide the shock enough, or if I'm going to take it off the top. Alright, let me. Alright. Whew. Fucking mosquitoes. I'm about to have to go in and get sprayed down again. Getting ate up already. Alright. There's a washer. Not really. Not all the way. So, I gotta take the shock off the top so I can pull it out of its bracket. Alright, so we gotta. Yeah, we can't really see it all, can you? Oh. Put this back on. Oops. So I can take it off up there. Oh. And I'm gonna cut that zip tie too. Okay. Nasty. Nasty. Take this upper shock bolt out, which is a 12mm. Alright, that's out. Now when I lift up on it, I'll be able to pull it out of its bracket and pull the shock out. Oh. Yeah, we'll have to pick up on her. So, give you a look at how that works. Give you a look at how that works. Alright, now gotta lift it back up again. The motor's drooping. Alright, so we got this shock removed. I put a rubber around it to try to lessen the vibration back there. Okay, so this motor is basically one bolt away from coming out of here, I think. So I gotta work on getting the socket ready and all that stuff for that bolt, and we'll go on to the next step. So I almost forgot something pretty important. The brake line has to come off so that the motor will come out, so I'll have to get a socket and take that out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm done for the night. I think we'll hit it first thing in the morning and get this engine out of here. It is getting a little late and the bugs are killing me, and I'm ready for a little break. So, alright, we'll continue in the morning. We're gonna work on this brake cable, and right here is the metal part. This is rubber. We don't want to mess with the rubber part. The metal part, want to put a pair of vice grips on that part. Then it's going to be a 14 millimeter. Luckily mine's all freed up and not rusted, so mine's just going to spin right off. So we're going to get that off. Okay. Wow, there's like a bracket that holds it. May have to go through the rim to get this bracket off. There's a back on the other side, there's a nut. So we'll have to go through the wheel, I guess, and get that one. Okay, so this bracket right here has to come off also, because it holds the brake line on. So we'll get that off. Alright, that bracket's off. Put that screw back in there so I don't forget where it goes. Now I'll have to work on this bracket back here. I'll have to figure out what screw and get extensions and go through the wheel and take this bracket off right here. That's our next step. Alright everybody, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not, but I'm going to tip you down here. Right in there is the bolt we're after. Right through here. So I'm going to take that off. So we can get the brake cable off. Alright, the bolt's out. That's what it looks like. Alright, now the cable should be able to be free and come out. Alright, so got that bolt out. That's what it looks like. It sits up in there. Just clamps it together right there. Right against there. So when you're going back together, that's how it goes. Alright, so next thing, this piece, you don't want to lose this piece. So, put this piece on here. Put your nut on. Alright, now you won't lose that piece. Alright, the brake cable's out of the way. Okay. So now, I need to put this. This is the bolt for it. So I'll put these right up here so I know where they are. Alright, I got to do the starter wire. I hook the battery, do the starter wire next. Alright, so now we've got to disconnect the battery. I want that accidentally touching that. I'm going to take this piece off also so that we can get to the starter wire. This one sucks. Alright, that piece is off. Put screws in a Ziploc. Ziploc. Alright. Now we gotta get to the starter wire. Which is gonna be a pain in the ass. Pain in the ass, I bet. Yeah, there it is. It's a little boot over it. Take the boot and slide it back. Yeah, that's not gonna be so fun to get to. There's no real way to get light in there so you can see it. I'm sorry to say, I don't think that you'll be able to see where I'm going here. Right through here. It's hard getting the rubber boot off from it. Getting it to slide onto the wire to get it out of your way. Alright. I got the boot move back. Got exposed. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but there's a wire on the starter. Looks like a 10 millimeter. Alright, see if we can get a shot of that. That's where your starter wire is hooked up. That's what we're going for next. Back off in there. Alright, so make sure your battery's disconnected before you go jacking around with starter wire. Shouldn't be energized until you hit the button, but still want to make sure that you don't short anything out at this point. Just basically have to feel my way around in there because can't really see. Oh yeah, wouldn't you know, the whole friggin' wire and everything's turning. Okay. That sucks when that happens. Because somehow I gotta hold this wire because the nut on the bottom is turning. I can't reach up through here really. Nope, it's all turning. That is not good. Alright, so tighten it back in there. Now I'm gonna have to get something. Pair of pliers or something to hold the wire with while I turn the nut. I've traced the wires down and I'm going to drop the motor first. I've got enough wire down in there. They go right here. And I got enough leeway that I can drop the motor and back it up a little bit and then get right to the starter, I do believe. So next we got to take this bolt out here. This holds your whole motor up. Give you a reference to where it's going, right there. And it goes right there. So if I can get the nut off the other side of that bolt, then slide the bolt out and it's just bang boom bang. I think we got it. And I made up a jig for my motor so it will hold it. When I pull it, I can just slide the whole thing back, hopefully. This thing started to rack a little bit backwards on me. So if you build one of these, you might build it a little bit stronger. Maybe put some more supports down here on both sides. Or a V channel. Like a gusset type deal. Both sides. And you might make the feet a little bit longer. So, just to let you know. But I think it's going to work for what we got. We've got the front wheels trigged. I'm going to move onward and forward here and see if we can get this done. Okay, so this is the other end of that bolt. It's tucked up in there. Okay. Don't get it confused with this bolt up here or that over there. It's right there. It's a 17 millimeter nut. I'm going to try it with my just a 3/8 ratchet, and if not, then I'm going to have to get my big 1/2 inch ratchet out. maybe. Okay. Guess the whole bolt's turning now. You may have to have someone help you on this next deal. So I've got a ratchet on this side, and I'm going to turn this side and then look at the ratchet. It's not moving. I can see the handle from over here. So, alright. Could have just a little bit longer extension would help. Alright. Alright, now it is off. So all we gotta do now is slide that pin out, and this motor should be free and clear. So I have to get an extension and a hammer and tap that out. I may get my neighbor come over here and give me a hand to make sure it doesn't flop out and flop all over the place. Alright, so I'm just tapping on the end of the bolt. There's no, I don't feel no washers or anything. So just it's coming out pretty free. So we'll go on the other side and give it a pull. See what happens here. Oh man, it's gonna hit that thing. I'm gonna have to bend that out of the way. That sucks. I hate engineers like that. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a little scary. So I do not want to break this tab off. Alright. The motor is disconnected. Now I gotta wiggle jiggle. See if she'll just slide right out or what's gonna happen. Oh. Might wanna center stand it. Put it on the center stand and give it some more support, maybe. Alright everyone, that's Vincent. He's coming over to give me a hand so we can not damage anything, maybe. Okay, so I've got everything out, the bolt out and everything.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get in between up here with a pry bar and try to move it back.
Okay.
I just don't want the front to fall off and my carb to hit this deal.
Okay.
So I don't know where the best... I don't think it's going to fall very far forward, but if you would lay, I guess, that way on that side just to try to hold the front up if it does
Fall over?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I guess grab the muffler. And that's the whole part of the... Yeah. I don't even know if this is going to work or not. Well, let's... Oh, that's something happening there. I think it moved a little bit, didn't it?
Just a hair, if it did.
Yeah, I gotta get something like a flatter. Let me get a hair. Big that screwdriver maybe. Wow. It's like not really moving, is it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it has moved. I don't like the screwdriver because that's scratching the case. You try a big wrench, maybe.
There it goes.
I think there it went. Okay, it's not trying to flip forward, right?
No.
Okay, wait a second. I gotta. This hose is. Okay, that's. Let me try jacking up the.
Same time?
Yeah. Okay, wait a second.
Okay.
We have to slide this whole pallet and everything back.
Oh.
Okay.
Needs to go up here more.
Okay, I'm just trying to get this. Okay, now we can go up. Okay, wait a second
You got
here.
two cords right here. Yanking is really hard.
Okay. Oh shit.
It's tight too.
Okay, let me.
Okay, go ahead.
That's the stator wires.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's loose now.
Okay, now here's the plug for it. Right here. Shit.
Oh, that just came unplugged from right here.
Okay. So this. Wait, how are they wrapped? Oh. They're in a bracket. I gotta bend the bracket around.
They're loose now.
Oh.
Alright, you still got something else connected right here. Whatever this is right there. This is up to here.
Okay, let it loose. Is that loose? Oh, that
Okay.
connected. Let me let it down.
You got it?
You got it?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, jack it up. Pause. You got your ground cable or pause?
Oh yeah, yeah. The starter.
Yep.
I was having problems with. All right,
So
well, I
it's
can get.
completely loose until that one and this one.
I can get it from here though.
Okay.
Sweet, thank you, sir.
Yep.
I'm glad that you saw those friggin' wires.
Me too.
Alright, so a lot of that went pretty fast, and you might not have seen some of it, but it was just happening, and I couldn't get the camera moved or whatever, so sorry for that. But the motor's out. I'm going to take the starter wire off, like we said earlier. Don't be a dumbass like me. And remember the stator wires and all that shit. Undo it before you start pulling the motor. I remembered it and then forgot it. So when we started pulling it, and I'm glad that Vincent said something about wires over there, because like I said, I forgot about the stator wires and shit, and that's pretty damn important. So just telling you, watch and learn. I mean, I haven't done a whole bunch of these. Well, I haven't done any of them, so it's the first time pulling the motor on Helix, so that's what it is. I don't think I messed the wires up. I'll further inspect them once I get the motor totally out, but next we'll work on that starter wire, and I'll show you how to get that off, and then we're going to pull the motor fully out and look at it and see what we got. So, alright, so we're going to grab, excuse me, this wire connector with a pair of vice grips. We don't want to clamp it super tight, just enough so it holds it. Then we'll take the nut off the top. So that's kept that solenoid from turning. So we make sure that that's tight. We put the nut back on here. We've also got a ground wire over here. That is also a 10. So we'll just use that. This wrench on that. At this point would be the place where you change your starter. At this point, that's what you got to do to get your starter out of here. So I hope the starter never goes bad. All right, so this one with a lip is ground. This one is positive. Ground, positive. Don't get those confused. Alright, so all I got to do now is slide the motor out, and I want to look at those wires, and I'm thinking that my problem was right here. It's awful shiny right on this sector right there. So I'm going to have to next pull the hanger. That's going to be the bitch part of it, because it's got a special nut up here on this deal to try to get off. And you're supposed to take this whole fucking piece off, and it looks like the nut is in the way. I'll have to at least take this off maybe and droop it down a little bit to get it out of the way to get the, I don't know, friggin' bullshit. Alright. Okay. I'm pretty sure that my noise is coming from this guy right here. This guy. So, I think it's in that bushing. So I'm gonna take this nut off and take this piece out and see if I see anything, instead of taking this whole hanger out, because that's going to be a friggin' chore to get that hanger out. So we're going to pull this out first. I'll take the nut off from this side and pull that piece out. and then see what we got. I added a couple of washers on there to see if it would help with the noise, but it did not. This is difficult to get to. Big giant pain in the ass. It's greasy down here because I've been trying to grease that fitting. Alright, so I think you get the gist of what I'm doing. Flipping the wrench, spinning it. Okay, so that's off. Nut and washer. Now, gotta pull this 12mm out. And, of course, I don't have a 12mm handy. 12mm. Oh, yep, of course there's a nut turning on the other side. So, we're just gonna vice grip it. Normally I would get a wrench that fit and all that shit, but already takes too long filming this. All the stuff, I could have had it all done by now. The troubles I go through to film stuff so you see what's going on. Okay, so let's put an extension on this side, because this thing is slimy, because I have tried my best to lube it. Okay. That's out. Okay, so I don't know if we can see, because that doesn't, this thing doesn't move. It's tightened in there. So I don't know. Oh, just pull it out this way. See right there. See right there is my issue. It's all shiny. See how it's all shiny around the edge? It's like it's been rubbing. Rubbing on the edge. Alright, get my glasses on so I can freaking see here. I don't know if that's... The bushing is definitely... I don't know if that's been rubbing or not, but the bushing is coming apart. So I don't know if that's my total issue or not. But I think so. Every time I put my stethoscopes on this thing, just screaming, making that noise. I don't know whether to take the rest of it apart or not. It seemed pretty tight. Everything seemed pretty tight when I had the shocks loose. I tried wiggling the wheel side to side. Nothing at all. So Seems all tight to me. I don't hear any squeaking. Yeah, there's no. It's a tough call. I got this whole thing disassembled and can't tell if that's the. That bushing doesn't look good in there. Alright, we're gonna clean this thing up and see what it looks like. We're gonna go from there. Well, upon further inspection, I cleaned it out. I mean, the bushing does show sign of wear, but I don't know if it's worn enough to make noise per se. So I'm at a point where I'm not sure. Wiggled all this stuff. I don't hear any. No squeaking, no nothing. This is your main bolt that goes through here. There was some shiny on this side. Like this could have been maybe squeaking, so but then again, I don't know, I'll have to clean it up and look at it with my glasses, which would be this bushing over there. No, be this bushing over here. So I don't see anything up with that one either. So very irritated, but if you want to know how to pull a motor out of a Honda Helix, I guess there we have it. We're gonna end the video right here. I'll just mark it as removing motor from the Helix, but I'll make another video if I do find the culprit before I go back together. If not, I'll put it back together, and if it doesn't make noise, then we won't know what really caused it, but we'll just have to see. Alright, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry about the lack of expertise on this particular maintenance item, which I don't think it would be called a maintenance item, because you're not gonna just take your motor out willy-nilly. So alright, I've rambled enough. Subscribe, it's up there. Click it. See you when I see you.